I've made it very clear that I feel it's, for me, a state of perfection when I have a zero guard buzz cut. You know, this is closer to more like a 3.5 at this point, the way it's grown out. But a zero guard buzz cut for me with beard is the state of perfection in my own mind, in my own eyes. No, not everyone agrees with that. No one in my family agrees with it. I personally feel that way, okay? But I'm asking a question. I'm attempting to challenge myself just to make sure, because I believe in facing my fears and facing the unknowns and not turning the other way. So I'm asking myself this question, really. Is it possible that part of the reason I feel so comfortable with the zero guard buzz cut is that it's a way of, it's like a defense mechanism for me? And I'm sure I've asked myself this question before on this channel, but I want to do it again right now, because I'm always evolving as a host. I'm always learning something new as I'm sharing this with you. Is it a defense mechanism to naturally see myself as better looking and more attractive and more handsome and more confident when I have no hair? Is that a defense mechanism? Honestly, that's probably the motivation in getting started in it. But ultimately, I don't think it's a defense mechanism, because I think a defense mechanism means that I'm still currently afraid of losing my hair. I think it helps deal with it. But as far as me still worrying about my hair loss, if I was really worried about hair loss, then I wouldn't grow my hair back out, right? And I think probably that's part of the reason why I've chosen to grow my hair back out, because I felt so comfortable with the zero guard. I felt so unchallenged. I felt so in my comfort zone that I wanted to make sure that my zero guard buzz cut wasn't a confidence crutch for me, in the same way that so many men's hair is their own confidence crutch. I wanted to make sure the opposite wasn't true. And I think, you know, nothing's worse than growing out a zero guard buzz cut when you've already got some thinning going on to begin with. It's only going to accentuate you. Now, give it to where I've got an inch worth of hair on top. It's going to be enough to cover that, and no one's going to ever think about it. But right now, I'm putting myself in a situation where I'm making these videos every day, and you're seeing that awkward transition. So I think for me, if it were a defense mechanism, as far as trying to battle any fears I have about, balding or being less attractive, I think if that were true, then I wouldn't be growing my hair back out. I think I'm doing the opposite of an exercise that a lot of guys do. A lot of guys that are bothered by their hair loss, I always say, buzz it all off. Face your fears, And I think that's one of the best ways to build your confidence if it's starting to bother you with your hairline. But for me, it's the opposite. I feel way too comfortable with no hair. I like it that much. So for me to make sure that it's not a defense mechanism, I think by growing it out, I'm helping to prove that to myself. But we're very good as human beings at deceiving ourselves. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is all an illusion. And maybe you have to set me straight in the comment section. It could be.